Well, it's happening. Moroncraft 2. It's here. I've got guests. They're going to be here in about half an hour. I need to go and get myself a cup of tea, and then we'll get started. Do you guys like my suit? I like my suit. I left the trousers over in season 1, so that was silly of me. But, you know, there have been some changes. I've had my eyes cleaned, my moustache darkened, still wearing the same pants. They've been on for about 8 months now. But hey, let's get to it. Okay, so we are already acutely aware of how bad of a server admin I am, so it took about half an hour for us to finish having fun with that.
Yeah, I'm invisible.
Oh, you're in spectator mode then?
That's it. I can see where all the dungeons are!
Oh.
There we go.
Hopefully you didn't just plummet to your death.
I didn't, but I'm still invisible.
Oh, that's just a,
I can't switch to,
I'll leave and come back.
I can't switch out spectator.
Okay, it's time for some brief introductions and completely made up backstories. This is the rugged and fearsome Karzayam. He crafted the original Excalibur and keeps the Egyptian god Anubis trapped inside it. Penchlin is a zombie in real life as well as Minecraft, and he is a Formula 1 mechanic. He is technically bulletproof. These two go way back, but they don't really get on because Penchlin won Karzayam's face in a card game and won't give it back. He's not even using it. What Karzayam doesn't know, though, is that Penchlin cheated. Dr. Double Denim is the worldwide ambassador for the colour orange. His rank grants him hyperintelligence as well as magical powers. Tester 28 is a sentient combination of 14 different fictional robots from the 1980s that was brought to life in 2012 to prevent the end of the world. But he wasn't interested in helping. They then created Tester 29, who renamed himself Harlequin because he is terrified of prime numbers. He solved the problem by moving the Earth 47 miles to the left. He did this entirely by accident when I challenged him to a push-up competition. Virtual Mana can be killed by gravity and most poisons. Every time this happens, his physical strength doubles. But you'll never see him abuse this power because he is such a kind and gentle soul. But I am pretty sure it was his idea to start collecting the heads.
Yep. Yep. All you've done is made yourself a viable target there, bud. My head's already been claimed.
Oh, I really wish we had a water bucket. We could just...
Bye.
Ah!
Teleports behind you.
Dun, dun.
Oh, no, I'm not getting him.
Eat.
So, Kazayam's left. Penchlin's left. Thanks for coming, Virtual Mana. Thanks, Harlequin. Doc,
Left-
let's get to work and do
Left
whatever we're
is
doing.
a not really a term. We're chased out of the village.
Oh, we only wanted your head.
Obviously.
Chased
Oh,
out of the
that
village
is like
under
rock
threat
out
of death.
of
Are you
City
trying
One.
to turn me into the villain? This is how you make villains.
I mean, you are kind of dressed like you would become a villain. Like,
Yeah.
out of all of us, like, you sort of have that look of hero turned
Yes.
villain.
Yeah.
My machinations lie undetected for years.
For I am a master of deception. Wait, I've said it. No.
Got him, boys. Got it on record as well.
Yep, that's the plot for the season.
And with that, goodbye.
It's been exciting to have everybody around.
Yeah, we should do this again.
After we had our fun, we decided to split off, so I went off for a little walk and decided to put down my first roots. I made a sweetberry farm, an agricultural farm, sacrificed some sheep in the name of sleep, sacrificed some chicken in the name of eating, planted some trees, fed the chickens, wrangled some sheep, and then I found the nearby village. Hey! Got some hay bales. Yay! Oh, this is cool. It's so weird to be on Minecraft with so many of my friends. I'm really loving it, but I am kind of scared about Kazayam because I think he wants to come and find me and hurt me. I'm not very excited about that, but I am excited about this. Oh, excellent work, Harlequin, making friends with the animals. Okay, I'm going to go up in there, I'm going to raid their wardrobe, and I'm going to see if I can get myself together a nice outfit. My suit is ruined. I'm very, very displeased about this. Excellent. Oh, okay. Change of clothes. Achieved. I found an enormous ravine. Jackpot. Somebody told me I was being watched. Well, I can't see you, because I am.
I like how every time you say my name, you get worse.
I do. It's terrible. I did some mining. I went to see Dr. Double Denim and Virtual Manor to give them some goodies. I beat up some iron golems. I made a deal. I made a friend. I did some farming. I made some more deals. I did some enchanting. I made another friend. And another friend. And another friend. And then I did a little bit more cave exploring. Check this guy out. He's like the richest zombie villager I've ever seen. And he's a farmer. With a hat. And a helmet. That's a glamorous looking man. And finally, I had a really, really near miss with a creeper while I was AFK one day. And so, here we are. We are in Moroncraft. It's night time. Let me in. Moroncraft Season 2. I have done a lot of AFK farming. And a lot of farming and grinding in general. I didn't want to start putting this video together until I had finally done a couple of other videos. Primarily the love letters to Hermitcraft. And finally I've basically caught up on my backlog. So I'm ready to record this video here. Moroncraft Season 2, Episode 1. Let's do it. Hey, Trash Cat. So what to do first? What to do first? Let's do a little bit of a tour. You guys are fully aware that there's a village right the way over there. Brilliant. Happy days. Fabulous times. Here's my little chicken pit. I occasionally have chickens in there, and they give me eggs. Here is my dog. Here is my cat. Here's another cat. I have lots of cats. It's fine. And here is my other dog. Why is there a dog here in this pen? Why is there a set of shears here next to a dog pen? Well, because this used to be the sheep pen. Didn't it? Yes, it did. But now it's not. Because you came along and ate all my sheep, and then I tamed you. But not before you ate all my sheep, so thanks for that, pal. Are you thinking about what you've done? That's what I thought. So I'm going to need some new sheep. But aside from that, everything seems to be going swimmingly. I have some potatoes. I have some wheat. Some berries. Some carrots. I also have some more potatoes. Oh, you can't possibly have that many potatoes. I got a lot of potatoes. Plenty of materials that I've mined up from my various mining expeditions. I also have no small amount of green dye. I got my vine farm. And I also have this flower farm. Here's my little starter house. It's happy, but it's basically mostly full of furnaces at the moment. And some fuel that I've generated. Here is my little enchanting setup. Quite nice. I kind of like the idea of it telling a bit of a story, like an ancient civilization buried underneath the ground that we're about to discover. Who knows? Could be fun, but I've got a whole selection of blocks on it, and including a lightning rod here, which hopefully, like, when we get a storm, like, the lightning comes down and it'll just go and crackles and, like, makes this look super dramatic. Here's my sugarcane farm. Over there, I've got a big patch of kelp that I farm. I have some pumpkins. I have some melons. Here's my cow farm. Now, I have sacrificed a number of cows in the name of literature already, and I have also managed to wrangle a couple of sheep and get them in here as well. Bamboo farm. And over here is my cactus farm, as well as another little hut that I can sit in and AFK at, which I think is a really cute little spot. I've built a little tunnel underwater here, and you swim in, you go through here, you go up, and bam, you're here. You're here at this wonderful little spot here. And it's cute. It's got a little kind of balcony where you can just kind of stand and chill and enjoy this water, I guess. Bed, barrels, crafting bench, some gear. Yeah, really cute, cozy little spot. I'm quite pleased with that, actually. I've got this little bridge over the top. And obviously, here is the cactus farm with a number of tiers on it. How's it doing? It's doing okay. And so, I'm here in episode 1 of Moroncraft Season 2. Very excited, I'm sure you get the point, to do a couple of automated farms. Now, I want to make some things bigger. So what's on the agenda for this episode? Well, I shall tell you. the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a villager breeder, because I don't have one of those yet. And once I've done some villager breeding, I can then do the iron farm. Once I've done the iron farm, I can do an agri farm, and then I can build my new starter house. So, I'm going to get to work on the villager breeder, and then I'll be back with you fairly soon. No. Oh. Is it happening? Is it going to happen? There he is. Yes. Okay. Brilliant. Brilliant, 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 brilliant. Sunset. Let's go to bed. Okay. Happy days. There we have it. There is our villager breeder. Step 1 is... complete. Now, what's next? What did I say was next? I think I said an iron farm was next. In that case, I'd better get started. I am going to be following the same iron farm design as I did for the last season, but there is going to be a little bit of a difference insofar as I do not intend to use the iron farm pods as villager trading pods. I'm going to have a villager trading hall that is going to be built separately. And where is it that I'm going to build my iron farm? Well, I want to be able to run the iron farm while I'm doing activities at my base. Be they building, farming, blah, 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 any kind of stuff. So, I was originally going to have it around here where I was experimenting with different designs. But I think that I would like it to be within spitting distance of my vines and my agri and my cactus farm. So I think that the most reasonable place to put this will probably be around here somewhere. So I reckon around there. It looks like I'm going to have to do a little bit of terraforming, but I don't think that's going to be too much of an issue. So I think that I'm about to get to it. Got my shovel, let's go. Beep, boop, and off you go. Oh no, no, no! Oh, what are you like? Come on, unibrow. And they're in. No, they're not. No! No! There we go. There we go. Now, all I need to do is give Agency Dave a ring and get someone in. I wonder who he will send over, because last I checked, I'd pretty much killed most of his staff. By accident, don't worry, they are insured for things like this on account of their guys not being able to work outdoors during the day. Before I do that though, Dave's guys are not going to be impressed if they turn up here and there is nowhere that's safe for them to work. So, guess what I've got to do? I've got to run around here and spawn-proof a fairly significant radius around this space. So, I've done it with carpets in the past, and I've done a grubby job of it with slabs in the past. Let's see if I can do a tidier job of spawn-proofing the area using slabs. So, if you're anything like me, this is about to really upset you. This pod does not line up with this pod. That one is a block further back than that. Oh, I've got to move one of them. Have I? Have I really got to move it? Oh, I should. I really should move that. I really should move that pod. But I really don't want to. I'm sure it won't look that bad when it's done. You can barely even see it at the moment. See, they're just there, and they're fine. Right? It'll be okay, won't it? I'm sure it's not going to bug me that much. I'm sure it won't bug me that much. These things don't need to be perfect. It's going to be alright. It's not going to be that much of an issue. It's not going to affect the way the farm runs. It's really not that deep. It is not that deep. It's not that deep. Okay, and I have built this little enclosure here in order to prevent any iron golems from spawning and getting in. I don't think I've got any spots now where an iron golem can spawn, and so I like my chances of getting a zombie in here, getting this thing spinning, and subsequently not having any problems, except for those beams up there, which are gonna have to go. Right, I think it's time to get Dave on the blower. Alright, in a bit. Let's wait till night time. Long story short, I did not have a fun time. Oh yeah. Yeah, look at you. Well done, you absolute hero. No, 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 no. Get in there. Get in there. Ah. And we are back. The iron farm is working. We have some rates. We are reasonably spawn-proofed, and it seems like things are going swimmingly. Now, during my time away, I gave my helmet to this zombie here, and the rest of my armor broke completely because of the continued fighting with monsters and being beaten up by iron golems and zombies and all sorts of other wonderful creatures that turn up here when it gets dark. I was up until 3 o'clock, 3:30, working on this and trying to get it straightened out, but now we're sorted. We've got a couple of members of staff in, courtesy of Dave down at the agency, and everything is going just fine. We'll wait for this lovely lady to come to a stop in the bay, and then we will introduce her. Right, this is Wooble. She doesn't like me very much. I haven't really been able to get much out of her. All I know is that if you take this cobblestone slab away from her, she just screams. And she doesn't stop screaming until she gets it back. And I don't know why, but that's her, and she's currently happy in the working environment. Here's the backup. His name is Von Goldstein, and he pretty much doesn't have a personality other than his outfit. Yep. He just came to me like this, he really did. He just rocks up looking like that. Like, okay, dude, you do you. But they're alright, they're getting on okay. And the iron farm is also working just fine. I don't have a bed inside this perimeter on account of the fact that the zombies are too close. But things are going great. As I say, I want it to be modular, so my plan here is I'm going to do some other bits, and then later on in the season, this iron farm is going to receive some upgrades, because I don't want to have to keep going down into that massive, great big chamber, and then getting my supply, and then swimming back through that and up the ladder again. It's pretty long-winded. So I'm going to design a system that allows me to kind of bring all my farms into a central storage system, and I'm going to add more pods to the iron farm at a later date. But for the time being, this is okay. And although it's not as big as the one on Moroncraft Season 1 at the moment, I certainly think it's a little bit better looking. Now, I want some agricultural farming. In Survival Helper and over in Moroncraft 1, I had this system where you'd have a load of water at the top and it'd run down and it'd wipe out all the crops, and that would be fine. It's certainly better than running around having to do this and then pick things up. But what I want to do is I want to go up another level. I want the villagers to do it for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep feeding bread to the villagers in the villager breeder and keep generating villagers. And then I'm going to make a couple of automatic villager-run agricultural farms. And I think I'm probably going to start them maybe around here. This agricultural farm. I'll probably have like the first tier set up here. And then start building out from that. I want it to be some kind of organic shapes. I don't think I'm going to get it to fit the contours of the land. I'd rather have flat bases so that the villagers aren't constantly trampling their own crops because they don't till them. But I'm pretty excited to see what this comes out looking like. I'm going to have to decorate it as I go, but that's not going to be the end of the world. So, yeah, that's what's next. Well, I'm sure you can tell by the blank space here that my old farm has been decommissioned. That's right, I got it working. Oh yes, it's a Christmas miracle and it's not even December yet. So, I got 4 villagers in place and I had one of these guys sorting me out with some spuds, potatoes in British. And this guy over here is farming the wheat. The problem with the wheat farm is that it doesn't drop wheat. They drop bread. So I've taken the time through here to connect the entire system up with hoppers. It's completely silent. It doesn't require me to do any faffing about with redstone clocks or anything like that. So I just thought I'd keep it simple, seeing as I've got an infinite supply of iron now. Happy days. So it supplies me with bread and potatoes. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 320, 375 potatoes. And it's not producing potatoes at a ridiculous rate. It's not exactly setting the world on fire, but it's doing the thing. And it's doing it quite well without any of my input. I can go away and do something else. So that is just fabulous. In just a matter of a couple of days, I have automated some farms. And in light of the fact that these guys do not provide me with wheat but only bread, I have had to still maintain a manual farm. But I've set it up in the traditional mode with the water streams, and there's a little lever down on the right hand side here that I can toggle. It'll drain out into the hoppers. Bish bash bosh, Bob's your uncle, etc. Happy days. I've started the iron farm up and that's fantastic. The villager breeder is working, though not as amazingly as the one in Season 1, for some bizarre reason. And I'm ready for the final stage of Episode 1. The final stage of Episode 1 is to build the new starter house. So, where am I going to put it? I want this to be positioned in such a location that allows me to AFK in the house and have all of the other farms I've got running. I'm going to graduate out of my existing starter house into a new one, and I think that I'm going to build it up on a little mound of earth that I'm going to build about here. So let's have a little think. Let's get the dirt out and build a little mound that I can put the house on. And I might build a little skeleton while I'm there as well. So yeah, I'll be back in a sec. So one of the really important things that you kind of figure out when you try and do something creative, particularly in Minecraft, is that you've got to get yourself started. Once you've started, things get a whole lot easier. For me, I think a good way of thinking about it at this very early stage in my building career is the first 10 blocks. Once you've placed the first 10 blocks, that's when things start coming together. That's when you've built up your momentum and you can just keep on going, and then you can start kind of trusting your intuition, because ultimately, especially with dirt, the stakes are not that high. Let's talk about this. This is a mound that I've built. I think I'm about to make it bigger because I want the house to be bigger. But I've endeavoured to create this kind of natural hillish shape, and you can see up at the top there that's rounded out. So I've gone up and I've rounded off on the top edge, and the reason for that, oh, this is a little bit square through there, maybe just get rid of that one. Yeah, that helps, the reason for that is because I want this building to look kind of safe and quaint and secure and comfortable on this position, and it's not going to look that way if it's not in from the edge, and if the edge hasn't kind of worn away and let it settle into a natural gradient. Because if you just have like a straight tower like that, and then you just start building your wall straight on top of it, it's like that's just a straight drop, and it just gives the impression, I think there's something built into my brain, possibly from my years in construction, that just tells me that that is just going to go and just slip away. So I want this house to just sit nestled happily on top of this. And with all these tiers here, that also invites later on more room for decoration. I can stick slabs on, fence posts, I can make my own little trees, I can put plants on there, grass, whatever. So yeah, that's an excellent start. I'm about to elongate it this way towards the water, and I think I'm going to make water part of the feature around this building as well. Alright, so let's take a little climb up here and take a look from the aerial view, although this actually won't be where we're viewing it from most of the time, so I don't really know why I'm doing this. Oh well, here it is. So, this used to be made out of jungle wood before I realised that jungle wood is one of the ugliest blocks in the game. But that's fine. So I've got this low-level masonry structure that's kind of square and boxy, and for the second story, what I've done is I've made a really long barn roof. And you can see these dark oak logs that I've used here. I'm probably thinking I'm going to carry on the entire roof in the dark oak logs, which is going to be a little bit expensive, but not too much of a problem because, you know, I'm rich. And so I'm going to have these lovely gables at the end, and we might even have a vaulted ceiling or a loft here. Over at the back there, I've just drafted together a quick little chimney. And yeah, I think it's a reasonably nice look. And even now, being as massive as it is, with its ridiculously tall ceilings, it's not really even that tall, but it's a simple shape that's been made very, very large. But the thing is, once I start getting down into it, it won't be long until we cotton on to the fact that I've got not a reasonably large basement, but actually an enormous basement. So, no, I'm feeling quite happy about this development, and all I have to do is figure out how to get out of here. Shouldn't be too hard. There we go. But yeah, you can see how the kind of building got out of hand when I decided that I wanted the ceiling to be so high and for the chimney to occupy a certain number of blocks. I wanted the building to be fairly wide so that when I furnish it internally, I've still got a decent amount of running around space. So it's gotten bigger than I expected, but I think it's going to be quite nice. I think the next stage is going to involve a third-person time-lapse and a bit of music. So, see you in a bit. Well, there you have it. Here, yes, hello. Here is our completed, upgraded, right, that's it. Here is our completed starter house, and I am very pleased with it. Look at all the shapes on that chimney. Whoever built that, it did not do a good job, or it's just been there so long that it's falling apart. Who knows? I couldn't possibly tell you, but it has taken me a real long time to make this video, so anything's possible. Here's the completed house. I think I need to try and get these vines under control. I think I did something quite silly by putting so many of them up there. But I'm really happy with it. It's the bell house. The reason why it's called the bell house is because that roof looks like a giant bell, and I don't have a better joke for it. It's about as funny as I can get without blowing it up and making it all over again. Here's my entrance floor. I don't think it's the most beautiful floor I've ever made, ever, but it's okay. It might get revisited. Upstairs, here is our first floor with our, with our little balcony that I like quite a lot. Really, should have been that side because this is where the nice view is, but I'm going to make this window wider eventually. And up here in the loft space is our bedroom, which I like quite a lot. I think this is a really lovely little space. It could do with some more advanced. It could do with some more decorations, but for the time being, I am very, very pleased with it. The most useful spot inside this building is the basement, where we have set up the storage system. Standard categories that I've already allowed myself in the past, just while I'm down in this space until I make something bigger. And over in the back here, I've done a little secret sneaky. Can you see what it is? Yeah, you probably can, just between these two chests. If you get that angle just right, you can open that very back chest and hide your secret stuff in it. So that way, anybody looks in those, or even in the chest marked rare, they don't find your fancies, but you can just hide them in amongst your storage system, hiding in plain sight, as it very much were. But this is the fanciest, swankiest basement I've ever made, and I like it an awful lot. But that has been episode 1 of season 2 of Moroncraft, and it has been an absolutely bumper episode. Thank you so much for coming along. I've been Argent Sargent, and as always, you have been fantastic. Thank you so much, and I will catch you in the next one. See you later.